How ready are you to rock and roll right now? Scale of 1 to 10.
Oh God, I'm so ready to rock and roll right now. No, you know what? I slept like 2.5 hours last night.
Well, I think you went to bed after I did.
You know, I don't know. It's just like I couldn't go to bed till like 2:30 in the morning. You know when you so it's like then when it's 2:30 in the morning here, you've already gone way past the time when it's morning back in LA.
Oh man!
And so then you go past it. Like so around when you go to Europe and you get jet lagged, you like 3 or 4 or 5 p.m. like right around now is actually where you're just loopy, and then like later in the evening you wake up again because then you go through all the way through the night and through the morning.
And you're ready to go.
And then you're ready to go at like midnight.
I'm East Coast, so yeah. So it's like 9 hours for you, isn't it?
It's 9 hours, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like a day different.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to take naps. If you're going away for like a week, you don't want to get turned around anyway, because then you're going to get turned around when you go back. Too.
Right.
So it's, so go ahead and sleep 3 hours at night, and then try and take like a couple naps for an hour each during the day or something.
Is that where you disappeared today?
No.
Napping. No.
I've been working all day. I
Right?
wanted to, but I've had some really good little video sessions today with the Lap Pedal Show guys and with Phil X.
So are you the one with Phil? I can see it through the door, and I'm like,
fun.
I want to watch that video right now.
Oh, it was really fun. It was fun. We're gonna have fun now too.
Yep, I actually have a video with Phil right after this one.
Oh, great.
So it's like the best rock and roll hour ever.
Oh, cool.
2 hours.
Sweet. Well, I'm happy to be here.
So not that he needs any kind of introduction in the slightest bit, but this is the amazing Pete Thorn.
Oh, too kind.
Who, well, I've been a fan of your channel since we were talking since the very beginning. Apparently, the Badger 18 videos.
That's right. Badger 18. So I had a YouTube channel for maybe a year before that, and then that video was my first, like where I made a demonstration of a piece of musical equipment that seemed to be like a thing, like it was well received or whatever. So
yeah.
then light bulb went off, and I went like, oh, there might be something to this, and now there's hundreds of weird videos of me talking about pedals or whatever. So,
and you have the phrase of someone, they're like, oh, you do demos like Pete Thorn. Like, you're the official, like if you do a song at the beginning of the video, it's like, oh, it's like a Pete Thorn video. I'm like,
okay, so I'm going to give credit to who gave me the idea to do this song at the beginning of the video, which is a great idea. It wasn't mine. It came from David Kotai from, he does Supro now. Super Amps, and he also Pigtronics. I was making some videos for Pigtronics, and he said, love the little songs you come up with, put them at the beginning. Like, just try it. Put it at the beginning, because I'd always start off talking.
Used to not.
Yeah, this is like 2010 or whatever. I'd talk, and then he'd be like, "You should," he probably knew more about YouTube demographics than me. But now I think about it, and when you look at the fall off after the first, and it's like on every YouTube, people just get bored and they want to click off. Some people watch all the way through, but a lot of people don't. So I find putting the song up front, even if somebody only watches 30 seconds, they can be like, "I heard that pedal," or whatever.
Yeah.
They basically got the idea.
And they heard it in the context of what most people will use the pedal for.
Some music.
Write music.
Yeah. Well, that's the fun part for me.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me, like the guys from that pedal show, they're like, how do you come up with so many songs? And it's like, that's the fun part to me is the songs. Sitting there and just, it's like, are you kidding? I get to sit there and it's like, just do whatever you want, like come up with some music, and it's so fun.
Yeah, and especially the riffs, and that actually is the whole point of this video that I found that I love so much is I started doing these videos called Finish My Riff. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because it's improvising through riffs. So we pick a key, and I'll play a riff, and then basically you have to, like, where's the next place that the riff is going to go? Okay. And it's funny to improvise this way because at least for me and everyone I've done it with, they're always like, oh, it's weird because normally you're improvising, like you're hearing the chord that's happening and you're lead playing over it. It's like, now you are the chord. There is no lead. Okay. So. All right. So I assume it's going to be rock riffs.
Show me what you mean. So you'll play like.
So basically, if I picked like a riff, like I'll come up with a riff. Whatever. And then I would quit, and you'd be like, whatever.
Right. Love it. Okay, it's a blues basically, but it was a kind of unique blues we came up with.
Yeah, exactly. so and that's the thing is like 1-4-5s are great because it's like we know where it's going, but then it's like interesting because sometimes then you change keys or something. I'm like, oh, or you accidentally play the wrong thing, and it's like.
That's really cool. Okay,
Yeah,
so what if you did that? What if you did your riff, the first thing, and then if
Yeah.
I did this, because I'm hearing something else.
Okay.
So if you go.
Yeah, so just like 2 bars of it or whatever, just like we did?
Yeah.
You had to go into it, yeah. But
No.
it's fun though.
It is fun.
I'm thinking in a whole different way because you're dictating what comes next for me.
Yeah.
And vice versa. And it's weird. It's not like
It's a fun way to write a song with 2 people, for
Yeah.
sure. It's like, okay, you can do 2 bars, I'll do 2 bars, and then something in there. If you recorded all that, there'd be, all right, that was a cool segment, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's been a blast because then I'm like because you did that and I heard I'm like
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then, That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like I don't know where the riff came from.
right.
Which is all you get asked that question all the time. It's like, where do you come with the riff? I'm like, I don't have a clue where the riffs come from.
Well, that's a great, and that's literally about the most, it's just I'm by myself doing it, but this is a fun way to do it too, you could do with 2 people. Now, see, here's an idea for a whole new YouTube channel. You get 2 people to write songs this way, and you could do 2 different pedals at once with different tones.
Oh,
right?
Me and Henning actually did a video kind of like that. So basically, it was this is the idea before this one.
Yeah.
We improvised riff off of each other, and he had to arrange them into a song.
Okay.
And he came with drum parts. Then we had to improvise a melody and all this stuff over it.
Yeah.
But we just got one take on everything. So it was like whatever happened is what happened in the song.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always a blast. I love just playing riffs. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a fun, Led Zeppelin and everything we all grew up on, but doing some unique. When you got 2 people coming up with it's cool. It's like that's a fun way to write.
Yeah.
What we just did. I also like the one guitar, sort of like one guitar plugged in, and then you grab the guitar away from there. Oh no, wait, and it's and then you get this energy going.
Yeah, exactly.
Pass the guitar around. And,
See,
I can hear something.
Yeah,
and
and I love that whole vibe. You know, it's just riffs, it's rock. And I'm like, does it get any better?
Yeah,
So,
I'm always trying to do something that's a little like, I don't know, like, I don't know, I just came up with that. But it's like, I want to do something that's greasy and not just, I love blues and stuff, but I like to do something that's a little outside of the the norm, and so that's why I liked you went. The band on the F sharp was cool.
It's like Jimmy Page. I mean, always bending notes. I'm like,
right.
Yeah.
That whole thing, right? Greasy, and I talked about that with Phil a little bit this morning with Phil X, where we were talking about playing riffs on the low strings, like the Soundgarden, for example, or Sabbath. You know, a lot of stuff up high, and you down tune. Maybe it was drop D, or even sometimes with Soundgarden, drop B, but not necessarily heavy strings, right? And then you just tune the string a little flat, and so when you hit it, it comes into tune, and then it kind of falls out, and there's this greasy thing to it that it's like there's something about it's like what's the band Caius too, you know, like you know what I mean? That kind of it's a different, it's more like swampy. Yeah,
it's like real groove. Like rock.
Yeah, basically. That desert thing or whatever. Like, you know, just dirty.
I was just going to say, it just sounds like it's like dirty rock and roll.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's cool being perfectly in tune, all that, and playing down-tuned riffs super tight, but then it's like that. When you do the other thing, it's like a little more...
It's just ugly. It's
kind of nasty.
Yeah.
It's cool, you know.
Heartbreaker, like, down, and it's like such an ugly note, and then but it's perfect.
It is, yeah. That whole bending, the time being, you know, I love doing stuff up high too, like in a solo, creating some, you know, you could, you know, as opposed to maybe, you know, playing, like, don't be afraid of.
Yeah, dissonant sound.
I mean, one of my favorite things to do is with a fuzz, when you do the double stop bend, and you bend up, and you know when the fuzz does that,
it just like
going
sinks
down, it's like super weird. You know, it doesn't really happen unless you use a fuzz, but it's like, that's cool, and I love all that, you know. But don't be afraid to play like stuff that sounds a little nasty is cool, I think.
Oh,
well, I always use the Joe Walsh. I taught this a little while ago on my Facebook channel too, but the beginning lick from Dirty Laundry.
Yeah.
The solo in Dirty Laundry, where he's playing all, you know, within a blues context almost. It's like a blues rock. Love that.
It's so good.
You know? It's so good, you know. Anytime you're looking at, like, let's say you're soloing an A or something. You know, that kind of thing, like just as a connector between positions.
My new lick that I would use constantly.
I don't know, I kind of made it up right now, but I think I've done something like that before. It's just so cool. It's like... something like that. It's just a neat way to kind of connect positions, I think, on the guitar.
I almost wonder if that was like where like C.C. DeVille got it from for the Cat Dragged In, because it goes... He walks it down, but he uses like strictly chromatic down the strings. But
yeah, it's a cool, you know, as long as you start on a good note and end on a good note, it's kind of like anything in between. Some people ask me about this, like, what scale do you use when you're sort of soloing all the time? And it's like, the reality is, I use this sort of hybrid of, like, it's like Dorian, Mixolydian blues, like all the notes, you know?
Yeah, we were talking about earlier. Why don't we do this? If you were out of E, like at box 1, play what you would see. I'll play what I see, because we were talking like it's like super chromatic.
Yeah,
like how
super
we look
chromatic.
At it.
It is. It's like every single note. So if you're playing like, you know... Okay, you got your pentatonic scale. Now, of course, you're going to add the flat 5 and get the blues. Right? But now maybe you add the major third, right? Yep. You know? You know, and then you can add in the, the 9, too, you know? So it's... You know, all that stuff is all fair game, and so I'm just constantly, like, you know... all those notes are cool. I don't know. follows it to the third, you know.
So wait, when you did that, did you walk up? Did you went?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, all of it.
I never thought of using the 4 notes there in a row.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of melodic. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And then you can hit the flat 5 here too, and really get some. You know, all that stuff is good as long as you start and end on a, you know, cool, you know, the root or the third or the fifth or whatever. If you want to resolve, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can even minor 9s go. I mean, it's very bluesy. And then you can end up, as long as you don't play it for too long.
Yeah.
You know? It's all fine, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
It goes by so fast.
Well, that's what's to me so cool. But like I said, because I mean, when you look at it, it's like there's like a huge, like,
Right.
huge chromatic section, and depends.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm like, I don't know. That's what I see. It's like.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all fair game in what you hear, and it's fun to. And then you know the other thing is it's like the one thing I'm not a jazz player, you know, but I know that like one time I asked Scott Henderson because I'm like, dude, how do you play outside so effortlessly?
Yeah.
You know what he told me? He goes, basically I just put my fingers on the neck where I know they're not supposed to be. And I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, basically. He's like, that's, you know, he goes, I can see all the shapes, you can see all the arpeggios and stuff, but then he'll just like play the wrong stuff intentionally, basically. So a really easy way to do that within like an E thing, you know. You know, you can just go flat a half step and play the same stuff that you're doing. Just go out of key for a second.
Yeah.
Or move up a half step, you know. And it's just like you can then all of a sudden it sounds like you're really like sophisticated and playing outside. And really you're just messing around, you know. You know, that whole side sort of, you know, playing notes that you know, and then you have to resolve. So. It's all good, right? And sliding up for a minute, and then it sounds like you're really. Oh God, I went to music school.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like smart notes. You're like, check this out. And
Yeah.
What I'm actually doing is.
Right. Like play some E thing for a minute, like just an E groove or something, or E to G.
Yeah. No.
Just kind of messing around, getting ideas. But it's like, yeah, just simple, you know, don't be afraid to play like chromatically, I guess, is all it is. And then you get better and better at, you know, just kind of messing around.
Yeah, but like as soon as you did I loved all of it, and then as soon as you did the chromatic thing, I'm like.
It tweaks you.
Yeah.
You know, which is great, you know. Like, and the other, you know, like, there's a great, I think probably Eddie Van Halen and different players. I know Paul Gilbert does this stuff, but where you play like, you can kind of play like, and get a cool thing going just with this very simple pattern, like, you're an E. And you get this cool scale, like, you know, I wouldn't really I don't know if I'd do it on the high E because the you know, flat 7 is maybe not the best note, but you could go. So just going like. Yeah, this is, you know, not unlike Eddie and we were talking about I'm the One. You know, that whole thing. He's playing like it's, when you look at the notes, it's, you know, hey, it's definitely like an A minor. So if you look at what he's actually playing, I mean, it's like, major third, fourth, fifth, right? Sixth, flat seventh, root, right? Second, right? Right, that's a minor third, right? Flat five, right? And then he does hit the major seven here. It's way out of the key, that note, but it doesn't matter. It just kind of tweaks your ear for a second.
Well, that's what's to me so cool about Eddie, and even it's funny you play that lick because me and Felix were literally sitting at breakfast talking about that exact we talk about I'm the one, and then just how he'll just run, just through the scale.
Beginning of the solo is. Whatever it is, I'm not in the right. That was wrong, but it goes something like that, right? And it's it's a pattern really, but it doesn't matter. It sounds cool in a rock context when you play it fast, And then he gets into the. That it's so cool. It's pyrotechnics, but I love how the phrasing and the way he divides his riffs up and stuff. It's just exciting.
Well, yeah, and even Eddie was the king of it all.
Yeah.
And what was the? Oh, well, okay. So what's one of your favorite Van Halen riffs that aren't the typical ones? I'm the one. I guess it's not typical, but
how about if I can play it. So cool to me. I mean, the way he drags those. It's just beautiful, it's just simple, but God, that's cool.
Yeah, well, he was the king of just the dynamic style of playing.
Yeah.
I mean, from everything from the palm muting when you just walking up, all we're all
There's a lot of Billy Gibbons in there. So it's the duration of the notes, the way he plays. There's a lot of intention with Eddie in the way he always, how long you hold of, it's turn off the delay. The way the way you lay those notes in with the drums, there's so much groove. And it's it's an easy thing, but it's not easy. It's you have to really there's got to be drums going to really get into it. But there's a lot of, Eddie does that same thing where. That shit he's playing hard. It's that's just, And the pick scrape's important. You gotta. Yeah. It's a pick scrape and a slide. Oh man, I mean I'm just such a. I'm a sucker for that rhythm playing almost more than the lead stuff.
Oh, the Eddie riff that I never really hear anybody mention is like House of Pain. That effort.
So dark. You gotta. And when you do that on a plexi, it just. It's just like this dynamic scream, you know.
It's so good. I mean, but like Billy, like you mentioned Billy Gibbons, and it's like, and his riffs could be so simple. Like Heads in Mississippi, you know, it's just 2 chords. But it goes D.
Right.
I don't totally remember it, but it's just like
it's the way he plays it, you know. We're playing this with. I was playing this with Phil this morning. I think that might have been done in a guitar and open tuning, possibly, because it was because of the slides.
Oh yeah.
He plays slide, but anyway, so cool. So that rhythmic, like the other Mean Street, one of the coolest things about that song is go listen to the kick drum pattern. Like so. It's not what you think, you know. The kick drum's going do 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 da 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 kick dun 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 against the, you know. It's like doing this thing that's just like it's like what like it's a crazy rock kick drum pattern in a it's just so cool. Alex was like.
Eddie and Alex were so in like sync with each other when it came to that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
what a cool that's what made them unique. You know, like no other like you could take any other band from that era, nobody was doing that. Like that wacky kick drum and not to mention the almost fusion like and this is Dave's genius. Like if we want to take a song like I'm just gonna play this out of tune because I don't want to tune right now, but you know, so right, so how do you write a vocal over that, right? But he did it. You know, he wrote a vocal line that tied that whole crazy, you know, like. You know, that's just Eddie and Alex having fun, you know? And Dave made that make sense with a line on, you know.
Well, imagine like Eddie and
harmonic line.
Yeah, well,
melodic line, I mean.
I'm saying Eddie and Alex just bring this. They're like, here, we need you to sing over this. And he's probably just like.
Yeah, and he's like. All right.
Then he's probably just like, okay.
2 of the rock singers that I think were the best at that was Dave and Chris Cornell. Actually, Chris was like, if you're into Soundgarden at all, listen to a song like Zero Chance, which is an amazing song, or 4th of July is like a perfect example. So heavy, dirty, this dirge thing that's just like this monster coming at you with the check out the bass on 4th of July. It's like it is so weird. Like it is so weird. Like the bass part and so cool. And he writes this beautiful melody on top of it and somehow makes that like it makes perfect, beautiful melodic sense. It's the grungiest, dirtiest riff, you know, tuned down to whatever it was, B or C sharp or C or something like that. Just this nasty thing, and then he somehow tied that all together with a vocal. What a cool, you know, it's crazy.
There were a lot of them, even in, we were just playing Audio Slave riffs a little bit ago.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the one, Like a Stone?
Uh-huh.
And then it's just cool, because it's like, with Chris, I mean, whenever the riff is like busy, he would always like reel it back in and just like this nice melody line over top of it. And then when the riff simplified up, then he would just kind of like take control of you know, what the song was doing.
And the melody in that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was a master of great, just really beautiful melodies and tying things together like a wave, you know?
Yeah.
Incredible. You know?
And that's why riffs are so fun.
Yeah, I mean, riffs are, you know, like, the key to riffs is it's like, I have a theory about songwriting, a couple theories, but there's a few different kinds of songs. So, let me see here. You got She Loves You by the Beatles, let's say, right? So, you got, you know, she loves you, yeah, You know, if the vocal's talking, she loves you, yeah, 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 yeah. Right? That's all of, you could play any chords. You got this hook. She's like, there's no riff going on. It's just chords and an amazing hooky melody, right?
Yo, yeah.
And then you got, right, which is all about kind of a riff, or you know.
Oh yeah.
Those songs are riff songs. It's not really about the melody. Now, there's certain songs which those songs are obviously money. They're amazing, you know, classic tunes. But the riffs are the hooks.
Yo, yeah.
Riffs are the hooks in those ones. The melody's the hook, and She Loves You. Right now, if you got a song that ties all that shit together, then you're, you know what I mean. Then you're like really like if you got the hooky melodies running through it, you got a cool riff, you know, and great lyrics, of course. You know,
yeah.
You can somehow tie that all together. Now you got a, you know, classic for the, you know, I don't know. Like, and we could sit around and think of examples.
Oh, well, it's always funny when it has like a killer riff and then the song never goes back to it. Like Life's Been Good or something like that. Like you just hear that.
Well, go.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is a payoff.
Yeah, because you're just waiting. You're like you listen to the whole song, and the whole song is awesome.
Well, that song's crazy. Do you know how to play the rest? Because I don't. But
what of the intro?
Know, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And then it goes
yeah.
Bum bum bum. I live like. What is that? Like, that shit's crazy. It sounds like 3 different songs.
Yeah,
right?
you're listening to it, and I'm like, I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, I want to learn this song, and then I was like, is this the same song?
Yeah.
I'm like, and then it goes back to, I'm like, okay, it is the same song.
3 brilliant sections.
Yes.
Kind of right out, and it hits you in the 30 seconds or whatever with that.
Yep.
You know? And it's like, this song is, and then he finally goes back to that riff again, and that's why that song is so, that's a great example, because it's got killer riffs. And then, you know, my Maserati does 185. Like, that is a killer melody. So that song really, and funny lyrics. So.
Yeah, they engage you because you're like, oh, ha, you know. You're like,
exactly. Yeah. So we thought of a good one. That's a great, you know, and that's what you got to shoot for is like in your music, you know, like tying. If you can tie all those elements together and not let anything slide, then you got a really great song, I think. You know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be complex, you know. That song's not complicated. It's
no.
So great.
You know what's funny though, that I kind of like saw like a resemblance in almost all the riffs that we just played.
Yeah.
The bending, they all have bending in them. Even in like
a lot of bending.
Yeah. You played. Shoot. I can't think of the name, but.
Mean Street.
Mean Street.
Yeah.
But he's still adding that.
Yeah, a lot of bending.
That bend on it, and it's always like, it's always the riffs that like have like those bends in them. And I'm like.
Yeah, well, I love bending. Bending and vibrato is your voice on the guitar.
Yeah, they're guitar notes.
Yeah,
so
like you know, that's your. And no 2 people do it the same.
That's because like if you bent up and
different vibrato.
My vibrato's different instantly.
It's faster and a little wider than what I was doing. You know, it's just different.
And that's what's so. Well, I mean, like you listen to Angus Young's vibrato, then you listen to Eddie's vibrato, then you hear like George Lynch, or you know, something like.
He's got a very unique vibrato. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man. And then when you hear someone play without vibrato, it's like soul crushing. I'm like, please.
Yeah. Or it can be the right thing in a very specific time.
You
know what I mean? Like, and that's a hard thing to turn off. Like sometimes in a session, you know, it's like don't put vibrato on it. You know, when you're like playing a single note part, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rare, but those parts come up where it's like more appropriate to not be the kind of the lead instrument.
Yeah, I think just Satriani mentioned that he was like try to play without by adding vibrato to every single. And it's like so natural, like you do like a lick. Right. I'm like, I don't think I can not do that.
Yeah. It's weird. Mm-hmm. It's a little weird, but it's cool sometimes to give it a rest. You know, certain phrases don't warrant it.
But so that is a video about rock and roll.
That's a video about rock and roll. We like to rock and roll.
I messed it up there at the end. That
That's
was
all right.
my fault. I missed the 4.
That's all right. Whatever.
That was my bad. But you got out of it right. I was like, oh crap, that was the 4. I was like, all right, I'll just go with the 4.
It's all right. We had fun.
Yeah.
Nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to screw up, kids.
Yet.
Yeah. Just, stay off drugs.
Yes. The message of the day.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for doing a video with me, Pete.
Absolutely. It's super fun.
I really appreciate it. So if you haven't, by some strange chance, subscribed to Pete, make sure you go subscribe to his channel.
Thank you.
He makes the coolest videos ever. Bar's been set high.
You're fantastic. Don't come on now. But I appreciate you saying. And yeah, please come see me at my zone. On the YouTubes.
Yeah, on them internets.
Yeah.
So till next time, peace out.
See ya.
See you later.
Awesome.
That was awesome.